Hello everyone, welcome into another edition of Buckeye Chalk Talk. I'm Andrew Moses here for cleveland.com. Today we're breaking down JT Barrett's 10-yard touchdown pass to Jalin Marshall in the first quarter of Ohio State's big win over Maryland last Saturday. Now if this play looked a little familiar, it's because one, you've seen it a few times if you watched every play of Ohio State's game, but we've also talked about it here a couple weeks ago breaking down a play from Ohio State's win over Kent State. As we check out the look here, you see the defense is in a front that's becoming very familiar now, the dreaded bear front and a cover zero look. So everyone's walked up to 7 or 8 yards away from the ball. A lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. Clearly a blitz is coming. Clearly Ohio State's going to have a cover zero to deal with on the outside. So with the defense set up, Ohio State has gone back time and time again to this formation. 3 wide receivers to the width of the field, 1 wide receiver to the boundary, and either a tight end or a running back that starts as a slot, starts as a slot out here, but then comes back inside as clearly another blocker in the protection. So what the MO has been is Ohio State's going to run gap protection as we draw up here, where everyone's got the gap to their right or the guy right over them, and the tight end sort of acts as the anchor on the left side, with Darryl Baldwin on the right side acting as the anchor to the far right gap. The route tree has also been pretty simple, and at times Ohio State is clearly showing what they're really comfortable with and the routes they really like to expose this cover zero look. So on the outside receiver, you got a little in route. This inside receiver, a little in route. So you got sort of a runoff go to the boundary here. The key guy, again, is the slot receiver. Against Kent State, it was Devin Smith. Here we got Jalin Marshall in the slot. And again, one-on-one with the free safety, that's a matchup Ohio State would take every time. And also, the way the route tree is, all the defenders stay within 7 or 8 yards of the football as the play is going. There's absolutely still no one from the ball here all the way to the other side of the field in the end zone. There's nobody there. So Marshall can really run any kind of route. The free safety really has no help just in traffic, just in bodies of being around them. He's got all this space to work with. So the route Ohio State has really liked and has exposed the bear cover zero look has been the flag route. And Marshall did a nice job of beating the bump coverage, getting open in the corner of the end zone, and Barrett made a nice throw off his back foot as we saw the rush get in on him a little bit. So as we run through it here, the line did a nice job. This 3 technique actually got some pressure on Barrett, whereas everyone else was picked up pretty well. And as we see here, the snap of the ball to the quarterback, and Barrett made a nice throw off his back foot to Marshall in the corner of the end zone for a touchdown for Ohio State. Now, although we've talked about this play before, I think what's significant is when we talked about it against Kent State, it was Ohio State's really first success against the Bear defense after struggling so much against Virginia Tech. Now we've had 3 weeks in a row, 3 games in a row, where Ohio State has just feasted on this look. The cover zero and the Bear, yes, some pressure is applied to Barrett, but Barrett shows he can handle it. He's got a strong enough arm that he can make all the throws, even off his back foot. I mean, this was easily a 30, 40-yard pass from where he was at to the other side of the field. So going forward, I think defensive coordinators are going to have some trouble. They're going to see the Virginia Tech tape. They're going to see, wow, Ohio State really struggled with that. But the last 3 weeks, I think if you ask the Maryland defensive coordinator, Cincinnati's, and Kent State's, the Bear didn't exactly work out. It showed, and the cover zero, it showed that, yes, it's a high-risk, high-reward defense. The reward, you saw what Virginia Tech had. The risk is definitely what Ohio State showed against Maryland, Cincinnati, and Kent State. So whether Michigan State, Penn State, Rutgers, some of those teams either show this look and try to change up the look at the last minute before the snap to try to confuse Ohio State, or they don't use it as much. It'll be interesting to see how that storyline develops. So we'll be off next week as Ohio State is, but we'll be back after the Rutgers game in 2 weeks. I'm Andrew Moses here for cleveland.com. Enjoy your football weekend.